Hi everyone, Phil London here, and today we're going to be doing a Pilates level 2 class, which means it's an intermediate level, but I will be giving modifications if you are new to Pilates, and it should be challenging enough if you have been doing Pilates for a long time now. We are going to use our mat, toning balls or weights, and a yoga block, but you can use no equipment at all, and I believe you will still get a fantastic workout. So let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and start by laying down on our back. We're going to do a traditional roll down, sitting at the edge of your mat, reaching your arms out in front of you, making sure you have room to roll back your head to the mat. Inhale. On the exhale, roll your spine all the way down until you roll all the way to your neutral pelvis. You can get yourself comfortable on the mat from here. Let's do a couple of imprint and release. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, breathe out through the mouth and gently rock your pelvis into an imprint. And then inhale to return to neutral. We're going to do that again. Inhale and exhale, gently rock your pelvis into an imprinted spine. And here you're going to lightly drop on your pelvic floor. Feels like you press your low back into the mat. And then return to neutral on the inhale. Roll those shoulders back, collarbone long and wide. Inhale. On the exhale, gently rock your pelvis into an imprint and maintain that imprint. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bring your right leg into tabletop and then your left leg into tabletop. From here, make sure it's a right angle. Inhale. On the exhale, alternate your heel taps. We're going to tap your right heel down and then inhale, lift, and tap your left heel down. And then inhale, lift. Now you can either use a toe or a heel. I like to use a heel to get the glute connection, but you can always use your toe if that feels more comfortable to you. Exhale, tap. We're going to be doing about 4 of the warm-up variations. Exhale, so we're going to do 2 more on each side. And tap. Roll the shoulders. Feeling the abdominal wall tight and descending towards the rib cage. So feel it in and down towards the hips. And last one. Good. We're going to maintain the legs in tabletop, pointed toes, right angle at the knee, but you can return your feet back down to the ground. We're going to inhale, raise your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, keeping your scapula on the mat. We're going to reach the arms over by your hairline. Inhale, raise the arms to the ceiling, and exhale to return your arms back down to the mat. We're going to do it again, squeezing those thighs together. Inhale, lift to the ceiling. Exhale, reach your arms over by your hairline. Inhale to lift, and exhale to return back down to the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, pulling those abs in nice and tight. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift, and exhale, return the arms. 1 more time. Inhale, and exhale, reach. Inhale, lift, and exhale to return. Good. If you need to put the feet down, you can. Arm circles are next. Inhale, arms over by your hairline and circle them around. Maintain that ab connection. You can use your toning balls, but since it is a warm-up, I'm just going to go for range of motion. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Other direction while maintaining that abdominal connection. You can put your feet down, but keep them light if you put them down and circle around. So right now I don't even have my heels connected. I'm nice and engaged in the abdominals. I do have a neutral spine, but my abs are Jane and Tarzan effect. So this is what it would look like if your feet were down, but if you're intermediate to advanced, go ahead and keep those feet up. And if your feet were up this whole time, inhale. And on the exhale, return the feet back down, one and then the other. We're going to do your hip rolls next. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, roll through the imprint. Squeeze your glutes. Roll your hips off the mat into your bridge. Firmly press your left leg and draw your right leg into a tabletop. Float it up is how I cue it. Return toe ball, heel back down. Firmly press your right, then pick up your left. And return toe ball, heel back down. Stay here. Squeeze the glutes. Stabilize in your bridge. Inhale. And on the exhale, roll the spine back down. Reach articulation all the way through to your neutral. Roll through an imprint. Squeeze your glutes. Roll your hips off the mat into your bridge. This time, firmly press your right. Pick up your left. Float your left into tabletop. And exhale, toe ball, heel. So it's stability and core and warm up and spinal warm up too. Firmly press your left. Pick up your right. Toe ball, heel back down. Stay here, squeeze the glutes, inhale, and exhale, roll back down through each articulation of the spine through to your neutral. Every time we're going to alternate, roll through an imprint, squeeze your glutes, roll your hips off the mat into your bridge, firmly press your right, pick up your left, toe ball heel back down, firmly press your left, pick up your right. This keeps your mind engaged. Hopefully it will keep you from dementia when you're older and keeping the synapses and roll down in your brain firing and learning something new every day. Roll through an imprint, squeeze your glutes, roll your hips off the mat into your bridge, firmly press your left, pick up your right, toe ball heel back down, firmly press your right, pick up your left, toe ball heel back down, stay here, squeeze your glutes, hold, and we're going to pulse. We're going to pulse 8, exhale 7, 6, 5, breathe 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here on the inhale, and on the exhale, roll the spine all the way down through to your neutral pelvis. Good job. We're going to flip over onto your belly. So I'm going to move the props out of the way for a wingspan here for arms. But first, we're going to lie down on our belly. Tip of the nose is on the mat. We're going to inhale, prepare. We're going to exhale, lightly extend the spine. Not too high, it's just a gentle thoracic extension. On an inhale, I want you to reach your arms straight out. Exhale, I want you to bring them back by the body. Inhale, I want you to stay. And exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale as you lightly extend the spine. Inhale to reach. Exhale to draw back in. Inhale to stay, squeeze the scapulae together, and lower it back down. 2 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, extend. Inhale to reach. Exhale to draw back your elbows. Inhale to stay and lightly extend deeper, and lower it back down. 1 more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale as you lightly extend. Inhale to reach. Exhale to pull. Inhale to stay and engage and lightly extend. And then exhale to lower it back down. Now, if you don't have a wide enough wingspan, you can go ahead and just go through the motion of WX while we do a T shape. It's a YTI. If you do have that wingspan, go ahead with us. Otherwise, you're just going to go out and forward, back and forward into a row, okay? Hover your arms. We're going to inhale to T shape, like an airplane, right to left. We're going to bring the arms back by our sides of the body on the exhale. Inhale, lower down back to T. Exhale, reach into that very low Y. You should be really low to the ground. Inhale, come up for that hover. Exhale to extend, just gently, not through the neck. Inhale, and exhale to release. 2 more. Inhale to T shape, YT. And here's your I. Inhale, exhale, back to T, and back to Y. Last one. Inhale to T, and all the way to your I. Inhale to T, and then exhale to Y shape. And then lower it back down. Great job. That is a challenging one. You're going to push yourself up to all fours. You're going to have your hands gently forward of your shoulders so that we can mobilize forward into a plank push-up variation. Okay, so we start in neutral, nice flat back. I'd like you to load forward into plank. Then I want you to rock your hips back in a flat back position and press through the underarm and away. It's called hip rocking. And then draw it forward again. Okay? And then press back. I do this in every class, so you should be used to it if you've been taking my classes the last couple weeks. And then we're pressing it forward. Good. Now, we're going to press it back in that flat back. Stay back here. I want you to round like a cat. I want you to mobilize forward in that cat shape onto your push-up and then flatten out like a dart. Okay? It's a cat stretch within your hip rocking position. So let's do it again. Flat back, press back. And then round your spine. Pull the abs in. Use those abs and then flatten out in that last piece of the push-up position. Okay, with your knees down low, okay? One more time. Press back. Nice flat back. Get a nice stretch in the lats. Round through the abdominals and go into that nice neutral position. From here, we're going to reverse it. Round in the push-up. Then mobilize the hips back. Flatten out that back and pull it forward. Fingers spread out nice and wide. Claw into the mat. Round through those abs. Flatten out that back and draw it forward one more time. So this is cat stretch in hip rocking. Round it into that cat. Stretch it back. Flatten out that back to neutral and draw it forward into plank. Good. Take a nice big inhale, nice big exhale as you press yourself all the way back into your child's pose. In your child's pose, we're going to do 2 Madonna stretches like a prayer. Place those hands together, head stays down. Bend your arms into a right angle. In this position, push your elbows into the ground and feel the stretch underneath your armpit and through the scapula. And then straighten the arms, elbows off the mat, and push your pinkies into the mat. And then do it again. Press the elbows and bend and push. And then extend and straighten and press. 2 more. Bend. Right over a right angle, right over the skull, and press down into the ground. And then lengthen, lift the elbows through the triceps and press the pinkies into the ground. Last time, this should really release tightness in the shoulder girdle. Press the elbows and straighten. And then curl the head a little extra and stretch your upper back. And then separate the hands and then roll out of it 1 vertebrae at a time through each articulation all the way up to your neutral, where you're going to have your shoulders over your ribs over your hips over your heels. So I do that type of roll up every time I come out of a child's pose or a shell stretch. You will see that every week, as well as you'll see the hip rocking, variations, cat stretching. Those things are going to be here to stay every single week to help you mobilize your spine and feel amazing. So now we're going to do an ab series. We're going to do that roll down again. Sit at the edge of the mat. Reach the arms out in front of you. Zip up nice and tall. Inhale. And on the exhale, roll all the way down to the mat. We're going to keep our right leg bent and our left leg straight and our hands behind the head. We're going to work on oblique rotation. Exhale, twist up and over to the right knee. Inhale to return. Exhale to twist. Inhale to return. Exhale to twist. Inhale to return. Exhale to twist. Inhale to return. We're going to add on and bring that right leg in the tabletop and then return it with control. Exhale. Pressing your left leg firmly down into the mat. Exhale. And exhale. Perfect. Switching your sides. Left leg, right leg, and we twist. And exhale, twist. And exhale, twist. And exhale, twist. Perfect. Add that hip flexion. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 2. And exhale, 1. Already starting to feel those abs. Perfect. Straighten out those legs. Arms reach over by your hairline into a couple of roll-ups. Nod your chin. Curl in, flex, and roll up. Rounded shape for your feet. Inhale, start rolling back. And exhale, finish rolling down and reach the arms. 3 more. Inhale. We want to keep that nice C curve at the top. Inhale. Exhale, arms parallel to the ground, ribs right over hips. Don't go from the low back. And slowly roll down as you press your heels into the earth. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Roll it up, rounded shape. And roll slowly down. Perfect. Such a good ab exercise. Or your head down. Imprint the spine, legs into tabletop. We're doing an intermediate single leg stretch. So it looks like this in flexion. Okay, the hands can be behind the head. You can just go with the legs, or you can have your head down and do a variation of the arms and legs. Take a deep breath, imprint this, and let's go. Inhale, exhale, switch. No rotation, just flexion with legs. Hug those knees in, straighten those legs up, and right into scissors. Again, your head can be down or hands behind the head. We exhale, switch one. Halfway there. We're going 4 more. Lots of breathing here. 2 more. Beautiful. Push it out. 1 and 1. Hands up towards those feet. And pulse up 8. Exhale 7, or hands behind the head. 6 and 5. Breathe it out 4. And then just gently hug those knees into the chest. And as soon as you're ready, we'll cross the ankles, hands behind the head, curl and flex, lift those glutes off the mat by a baby inch just for a piece of paper to slide under the hips. Exhale, flex, low and high, the entire abdominal. Exhale. Exhale. And we're going to switch the cross. And we're going up 4 more. And then one more time, hug those knees into the chest, nose to knees. Chin is flexed in so your neck doesn't hurt with gravity. And then we can return the feet back down and rest the head and shoulders and neck down. Nice job. For the next section, we're going to do some bridge work and strengthen the arms because it is important to keep the entire body strong. We're going to grab our toning balls, press lightly into the heel of the hand. You don't want to be breaking in the wrist and have the fingers on the top of the ball, and you don't want your arms touching the mat. The whole principle of the toning ball is to keep space. Use the tricep. That will help you tone in the back of your arm. Press down to feel the lat and tricep connection underneath the armpit so we feel the strength. So we're going to press into the toning balls, heel of the hand, and squeeze the yoga block or a dowel or a mini ball between your knees, or nothing if you don't have it. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we're going to bridge. We're going to go up for 8. So every time you lift your hips up but press your arms down, the arms are working in opposition from your hips. Exhale to bridge. So as the hips extend up through the glutes and the hamstrings, the arms press back. It's like pushing them back behind the body, like arm sculpting, and we are getting an isometric contraction in the triceps. Exhale to bridge. And exhale to bridge. Perfect. Exhale to bridge. Good. We're going to hold our bridge. Exhale to bridge. We're going to bring our arms up to the ceiling. In this bridge position, or a modification is hips are down, but still squeezing that yoga block. We're going to inhale, open, and exhale, close. Inhale, open, and close. Inhale, open, and close. Inhale, open, and close. Continue. 4 more. Inhale, open, and close. Open. Chest fly. Now, the chest fly with light weights is the perfect exercise. If you had heavier weights, you do a chest press, but a fly will naturally make this a little bit harder. Inhale as we open. Exhale. It's all about range of motion and challenging the range of motion with the types of weights that you have at home. So now we do a skull crusher. Keep those hips up if you can. And if you can't, don't worry about it. Drop your hips down and continue with the arms. Also, all these exercises can be done without any weights or any props and on a towel at home. exhale. So a nice tricep. And if you wanted to use heavier weights, you could. All right, so now we're going to try a harder concept exercise. We are going to extend our right leg and pull our arms overhead and then draw it back. Okay, other side. Extend and reach. And then draw it back in. Again, no weights, but if you have something to help in between your inner thigh, I would highly recommend that, especially if you're a beginner. But you could do this with your hips down. See how that's just so quick and a great modification. Okay, continue out and exhale in. Inhale, lengthen. Lengthen the knee and the arms. Exhale, pull together. Hamstring connects. We're working up to 8 here, guys. So a few more here. You can do it. I just need either the hips up or the hips down and doing the variation of the pullover no matter what. If you have a shoulder injury, maybe it is just the legs. Let me just show that quickly. If you do have a shoulder injury, maybe it is just the leg. That's okay. Okay. Show that last variation with everything. It's out and in. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, return. Return the arms all the way down. Roll the shoulders back and we pulse up 8. Exhale, 7. Exhale, 6. Breathe at 5. Exhale, 4, 3. Exhale, 2, and 1. Stay here on the inhale. I feel that burn. And exhale, roll the spine down through all the way to your neutral pelvis. Great job. So this next part, we are not going to need the yoga block. We might need the toning balls soon, but we're going to do some oblique training. We're going to do a couple of exercises side lying. So we're lying on our one side and the bottom ribs lifted off the mat. I am wearing one of my baggier tops, but I always pull it tight. You should be able to get your fingers underneath there. Flex your feet because it's easier to tell if you're sickling your feet. We're going to inhale, prepare, and we're going to exhale, lift. I do this a lot as an oblique challenge. Okay, exhale to lift. Good. Inhale to lower. Keep your gaze neutral. So that would be me not looking at the camera for a moment. Okay, my chin is in, my cheek is not rested on my arm. I'm propped up into this position where I'm totally neutral from the back of the head all the way down to the sacrum. Now, if you want to make these a little bit harder, like last week, we raised this arm up and then we balanced and we lifted. So much harder. Exhale to lift. Good. If you are working up to your advanced challenge, you can grab a toning ball here. Okay, and you can turn this video on as many times as you want. I suspect you'll be using it often. So from here, you would have the toning ball right from the start. All right, so we did 8 of those, and we're coming into a side bridge. Side bridge forearm position. However, you can do this all the way down. Here, we're going to inhale, prepare. We're going to exhale, lift this leg as high as we can, lower back down, and then we're going to go into a side bridge here. Okay, we're going to alternate that. Lift as high as feels right to you. Okay, and exhale to side bridge here. We're going to alternate. So your hand can either be on your thigh. It's a little bit easier to do. Okay, and then side bridge. Perfect. If you are lying all the way down, you may have to separate these exercises and just do that inner thigh lift and exhale to side bridge separately. Okay. Let's continue. Let's finish up with 4 more. And up. 3 more. Getting harder for that deep inner thigh. This is harder than I thought. I happened to see this on Instagram, and I thought I want to add this in, and it was harder than I thought. The side bridge is totally for me. I love forearm side bridge, but that inner thigh lift, watch for your hips rolling back. Whew, that was hard. And then lower back down. Perfect. Now we're going to come into what's called a mermaid. See how I just bent that leg in front? And this one goes behind. Externally rotated, internally rotated. And then side bend and stretch. If you can't internally rotate, you can go ahead and cross or keep your legs straight are your options. And then stretch. We're side bending. And we're going to go down and around. Down and around. I like to do 2 circles. Now we're going to continue with side series. Okay? We're going to come out of that. We're going to rotate. We're still in that side series. We're in a wide push-up, down and up. This was in last week's workout. We're keeping it. It's beautiful glute work. Always modify if you need to. You can have the leg down. You could have the leg bent. Okay, those are your options. And let's go ahead and press and push. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you press. Exhale. We're going to hold that down. This is the add-on. Stay right here, and we're going to hamstring curl and out. Hamstring curl and out. My knee clicked. Hamstring curl, because joints will go into position when you use them properly. Hamstring curl. 4 more. Curl and extend. Curl and extend. Of course, if you can't hold that push-up, curl and extend. You can rest all the way down. Curl and extend. Hold it here. We pulse it up. Okay? Otherwise, you're holding that push-up. 2, 3, 4. I showed forearm or rest down. 3. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 1. Push all the way up. Come back to your mermaid and stretch it out. That was actually really hard. So you have those options. Rest to your forearm, rest all the way down. Okay, we're showing them quickly, but again, you can that quickly switch to the right exercise for you. Okay, and we'll stretch all the way out of it. Wow, what a challenge. Let's try that on the other side. So we did an oblique. We started with that. We flex the feet so it's easy to tell if we sickle. We inhale, prepare, and use the kickstand at first, and we exhale, lift. This is my harder side, bottom ribs lifted. I have to keep my gaze straight ahead. Okay, I can look down with my eyes, but I can't tilt towards the camera. Avoid doing things like this or tilting the head towards the instructor. Okay, exhale to lift. Then we got into the more challenging positions where we lifted, okay? I'm keeping my gaze not at my camera screen at the moment, just to show you guys what it would look like. This is so hard. My hips want to roll back. They want to roll forth. But this is better than last week. I can feel that I got stronger. That's what you should see. Every single week, a little bit of improvement. One thing got better. That is still so hard for me. Exhale. This whole time, we're lifting and lowering. And we're trying to do about 8 of all these exercises. And exhale, we lift, and then we lower back down. Nice job. Now, you can either stay down or come up to that forearm. We bent and we straightened, so the top leg is going to lift and lower and side bridge and lower. The option is the more advanced arm, which is up and down and up and down. We talked about anytime you feel you want the toning balls, you can. That makes it advanced. I'm probably always going to stay in that intermediate level and then show those modifications if you need them, okay? If you do need to be down, then probably just lift and lower and then push this leg down like you're bridging your hips, and you can even get some elevation. Okay, so let's go back to it. It's lift and lower and bridge and drop. Lift and lower, bridge, and I would exhale on both. I'd take an inhale, preparation in between the two. Challenging, do not lift high if there's any clicking or popping. Watch, guys, it can be low. Lift and lower, okay? And then bridge, that should be fine. The bridge should be fine, okay? We're going into that mermaid stretch. We're coming all the way up and all the way over. Take an inhale, exhale, rotate. I love these. New York City Ballet, guys. And rotate. And hold. Excellent. Okay. Okay, if my head's neutral, it's over here. If I'm looking at the camera, it goes up towards the armpit. We're going to return out of that. We're going to rotate. I showed those modifications. Okay, we're going to do your push-ups. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you press. 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 Again, inhale as you lower if your knee needs to be down, or it can stay down and straight. 2 more. Then we do that holding challenge. It's up to you to rest your forearms. I will show those modifications. Keep that leg up. This is hard. Now we hold down and we curl it in and out. I'm in my push-up position, guys. I'm still isometrically working in chest. 2, and extend. Just don't let the head rest down like this. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Remember, you can go to your forearm. We go in and out. You can rest down, in. It's so nice down, okay? It is so challenging in the push-up. In and out. Now we pulsed it up. 2, but we're still in that push-up. Come on, don't drop to the ground. Up. 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, I love that. Go into that mermaid and stretch it away. Wow. If you do that challenge in that push-up, it is challenging. Oh my gosh, so amazing. And then return out of it and release. Okay, now we're going to start a hamstring series, lying down on your belly, and progress into some planking. So we're going to lie down on our belly, put the toning ball between the feet. If you can't hold the toning ball, you can try a dumbbell. If you can't hold anything, then this exercise works without the weight. You're going to rest your forehead down on your fingertips, but I'm going to lift my head just so I can cue you. You want to lift up and elevate to the kneecap, okay, right above the kneecap. And then you want to hamstring curl, light pointed toe, and then extend back out. You don't want to drop the legs heavy. Do you see what happened? So lift it up. Okay, we're going to curl it in an 8, and then lengthen. 7, lengthen. 6, lengthen. Hold the belly button in, like you do not want to crush a baby bird that's in your belly button. And curl it in. And lengthen. And in. And lengthen. 2 more. In. And lengthen. Last one. Glide those shoulders down your back. Connect in the scapula. Hold. And we pulse up 8. We pulse up 7. 6. 5. Breathe. 4. 3. 2. And 1. We hold, and then we lengthen. Keeping those knees up is the challenge. That will stretch out through your quads, work through your glutes and your hamstrings, and then just gently lower those feet down. Let go of the weight lightly. Okay, we're going to push up. I said we were going to do some planking. So shoulders directly over the wrists, hips are going to be neutral. Your legs are going to extend out, neutral to those hips. We're going to press back into what I call a double knee stretch and then pull forward. It can look just like hip rocking from the warm-up phase. That's why I always do hip rocking in the warm-up. Okay, we're going back and pulling forward. Pressing back and forward. Push and press. We want to squeeze those glutes in the out. That's what extends us. I like to inhale when I press out. I like to squeeze my glutes on the exhalation to push forward. Exhale. Okay, neutral to those feet, hips, and pelvis. And staying here, drop to your knees and sit back into your child's pose. Taking your hands together like a prayer, Madonna, 2 Madonnas. We're going to bend and push and fire your elbows into the ground. We're going to extend and lift those elbows. We're going to do it again. Press those elbows into the ground. Press the hands together like a prayer. Push. And then lengthen it back out. And then we're going to walk those hands wide. And then we're going to be consistent and roll up. This is so good for the spine to roll up in order of the spinal succession all the way up. So we're going to move that toning ball. I mentioned we were going to do a couple of planks. This is another one, but it's all fours. You're going to have your shoulders directly over your wrist on this. We're going to slide our leg out, lift it, laterally rotate to the side, and then lower it back down. Slide on the mat out, laterally rotate that leg, and draw it back to neutral. Slide it out and lift, laterally rotate it, draw it back to neutral. Slide it out, laterally rotate it, and draw it back to neutral. Let's reverse it. Draw it in, laterally rotate, extend it out to glutes, and drag it in. Laterally rotate, push it back behind you. Lower it down and slide it in. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Press it out. Squeeze that glute. Lower it to parallel and drag it in. 1 more time. Out. Press it back. It is in turn out. Then I rotate it to neutral and then draw it back in. Nice job. Separate those feet. We're switching our sides. Slide it out. Lift it. Open it to that oblique and draw it down to neutral. Slide on the floor and lift. Laterally rotate. Lower that leg down. Slide it out. Laterally rotate. Use that oblique to stabilize. Draw it back in. Slide it out. Laterally rotate. And lower it back down. Other direction. It goes out. Push it back. Lower it down. Drag it in. Laterally rotate. Push it out. It's in turnout, but then I rotate it to parallel and drag it back in. It's like a leg circle, guys. Laterally out. Push it out. Rotate it neutral. Drag it in. 1 more time. Laterally out. And push. Rotate and drag in. Sit back into that child's pose. Just stretch it out. Hold here. And roll out of it 1 vertebrae at a time. Then we're going to go into another plank. You can be in your forearm if you need to. We're going to be pressing back into a downward facing dog and then pulling forward, okay? But it works much better on the full arm. So we're pressing back and we're going to run those heels. Good. And then pull it forward. If you do choose forearm, you may want to do a knee drop instead rather than pressing back. Right? And then just walking your hands in just to get that stretch back. And then you would hold that the whole time. Okay? But 1 more time for all of you, pressing back and stretch. And loosen up through the right and then through the left calf. Okay, we're going to do 3 more. Keep that spine neutral. Unload that weight back into the heels. Try to get back there onto those heels. Okay, press. You do not want to do down dog in some type of plank position. You want to unload back. Nice job. And then back to plank. And then drop to the knees. And then I want you to walk your hands in. We're going to grab your toning balls. We're going to do a little bit of arm sculpting. We're going to be in a lunge position. You saw me just lose my balance. We're going to press the arms back. 8. Exhale, 7. 6 if you need your knee down. 5. There's the modification. Push it up. 4. 3, 2, and 1. Tiny little bends. 1, 2. Breathe it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming up to vertical. Arms are out. We're going down and up. Small movement. You see how I'm still in the camera? I'm not all the way up. Down and up. Watch your head from jutting out. We go down and up. Down and up. 4 more. Push. You hear my heart rate. 3. Beautiful, guys. 2 and 1. Awesome job. Drop those weights. Come back down to that kneeling position. Walk your feet and stretch into that child's pose. Hold that there. Breathe it out. And roll out of it again. We're going to get ready to do that on the other side. We have another leg, right? So we have to grab those toning balls. Pick up to that small little lunge. We press back 8, 7, 6, 5. Watch that chin. 4, 3, 2, 1. Little bends. 1, 2. Remember, this is an option. 3, knee is down. 4, little ones. 5, don't swing all the way in. We don't need the biceps. 6, keep it low. 7 and 8. Come all the way up, vertical from the hip hinge. Arms up. We go 8. Don't go forward and back. Go down and up, guys. I am burning. 3. Excellent. 4. Breathe. 4. 3. I'm staying in that camera because I'm keeping it low. 2. And 1. Nice job. Drop that knee. Drop those weights and press yourself back into your child's pose. Very good. Very challenging set, guys. And then we're going to roll all the way out of it. All the way up. Breathe. Now we're coming into our final couple of exercises. The modification would be to lie all the way down. Bring the weight overhead. Slight bend in the bottom knee, lift the top leg. You can externally rotate. This will give us a plie turned out position. And that's your modification, okay? You can also do it on your forearm with your hip down, okay? You can do it with your hip up. That's even harder. Or you can do it with your full arm, whatever you want to. I love full arm. It does not challenge me too aggressively in my neck and shoulder. So you can choose what's right for you. I'm going to do the full arm. It's a little easier than forearm, believe that or not. It's just not a wrist exercise if you're on your forearm. Does that make sense? Okay, so this would probably be a level 2, okay? We're going in and reach. Exhale and reach. I just want to get a little more lateral and a turnout because of all that glute work we did, okay? We're going 4 more. Tighten that glute. 3 more. Excellent. 2 and 1. Release. Drop that weight and we go circles. 1. We got it. 2. We're almost done. 3, 4. Breathe. 5, 6. Remember, you can be down. 7. Forearm or lying down. 8. Rest. Lower. Now grab your yoga block. Bring it here if you need it. And let's go ahead and side bend and stretch over. Okay, I needed it. I don't like it on the top of the kneecap. So just grab that yoga block. Breathe it. Let's do those body circles. Down, up, and around. And one more time. Down and around. Okay, if that doesn't feel right to your back, then you just stay here or you go to the sitting position. This one is a great exercise too. So you can go into a seated level 2 mermaid with that leg out instead of that double knee progression where you're up, and then you could do it that way. And if these felt better to you here, you could do them right there sitting. Okay, that would be an easier option. Okay, so we'll leave that. We have our toning ball. We're ready to finish that last side. I'm gonna go into my level 2. This would be level 3 with the hips up. Down is an option, or all the way down. Okay, we're ready to go. We're reaching. Externally rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe it. 4, 3, 2. I'm stronger on this side, man. And 1. Return it. Lower that weight. We go 8 circles. 7, you reach it up or on the belly. 6, 5, this is hard. 4, 3, if you needed to. 2, or all the way down. 1, you see? Now, let's come all the way up with that yoga block. I showed the modification. We're going over into that side stretch and we're breathing it out. You did it. We're done. We can just stretch. You did all the intense intermediate exercises. Maybe you did some of the modifications. You should be sweating. You should be tired. Your heart rate should be up. You guys did awesome. Okay, we're going to come out of that stretch. We're going to take it down to the mat. Okay. You have two choices, a bridge where you interlace your hands behind your back, or if you have your yoga block, you can put that underneath your spine. Okay? There you go. Now you have it. I don't tend to use the yoga block, but because I did, you can now do all the things I'm going to do supporting by my hands. Okay? So that's doing some extra stretching. That's your toes. If it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. Okay, you could just hold this bridge, interlace and hold and squeeze those glutes. Don't just let your back relax over it. Now from here, I'm going to do it with my hands. Okay, most people complain about their hands, but I love this variation. It's on my Instagram if you need to go back and visit just this small piece. Now I'm stretching one foot. Again, you could try the foot stretch. I have an old injury in my right ball of my foot, so I absolutely have to do this stretch a lot. Helps me all the way through to my ankle. Switch sides, okay? But if you can't, then that's okay. You're just holding your bridge, squeezing your glutes and stabilizing, okay? And then from here, you can try one leg in the air, and we hold. Remember, if you have the yoga block option, it is going to hold you up, okay? And then we return, and then we switch. Nice. I will work on more inversions as we go. As you can see, slowly let your hands slither away from your low back and let your low back roll back to the mat. Beautiful. And then we're going to cross your right leg over like a 4, okay? And then draw in and hold. We're going to do some ankle mopes. If you're new today, start from the beginning. And we're going to switch sides. It takes a while to learn the terminology and the cueing. So if you could go back a couple of weeks and start with my 30-minute classes and progress to here, I think you will see a huge difference in your strength and your understanding of the Pilates. This by far is my hardest class I've taught so far for you virtually here. Okay, we're done with those ankle circles. If you didn't do them, quickly do them, okay? And then hug both knees into the chest. Breathe it in. Really pull those knees in and under. You can also use your shin, but I do not recommend you pull your kneecaps. And we switch our left side down and our right side in, and we really pull back. I'm going to get a little deeper right on my shin. And I'm going to pull it a little deeper. Helps me mobilize my hip back, but please don't press on your kneecap, okay? Yeah, that'll help release. When I release this, that's going to help me release that hip. It's contract, relax. So it's either shin or under. You can start with under, right? And then you can get deeper. Side's not as tight for me. Okay. Then we're going to release it all the way out. We're going to flip over, and we're going to go into a runner stretch. I end all my classes and workouts with runner stretch. So we go into that nice deep runner stretch. Place the hands on either side. You can use your yoga block if you need it, and then we rotate. Take it back to center, and then we push off that front leg, and we switch our sides. And stretch and rotate. Nice job, guys. That class was challenging even for me, especially under the heated lights that we've got here. And then we're taking it back to center. We're going to walk it out into our final plank, and we're going to hold our plank. And then you guys know the drill. I usually walk my hands into my feet. I don't like to come out of the camera screen, so I usually don't roll up with you. But relax the shoulders back and down, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Pretend like you have a wall behind you, and you're rolling. And when you finish rolling up, I'm going to be right here. I just don't like to roll out of the camera. And I just want to say thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys in my next class.